We're facing a huge problem right now in the church. You may have heard the numbers. 73% of Americans identify as being Christian, but only 31% actually attend church on a regular basis, and an even smaller amount are actually accepting Jesus. Now, those numbers may be a little off, but they're close and, well, you get the picture. It's not good. More and more churches around the country are shrinking. You know the drill. Your numbers for Easter and Christmas are off the charts. Crazy good. The Lord is working, and you're praying that those that came to these special holidays will continue to come back. But they don't. Think about it. You can't make them come back. They're not obligated. There's no real accountability there. I mean, they came in, sat down with their family, waited for the last amen, and before that could fully come out of the pastor's mouth, they were practically at their car already speeding off to lunch at grandma's house. See you in 8 months or so. Or maybe they come in for one regular Sunday morning service and that's it. Why? Why is it so difficult to keep these people coming back, or coming in the first place? Well, what if I told you we've come up with a way to grab by the hand someone you've never met while they're sitting on their couch and lead them to their seat in your congregation? No, I'm not talking literally, that's illegal. I'm talking digitally. What do I mean by that? What does that look like? Well, here's John. Now, John could be anybody. Maybe he's new to town. Maybe he just hasn't been to church in a while. Maybe he's never been to church. Either way, we would love for John to discover our church and visit and be overwhelmed with the joy and community that our church delivers because we're just that awesome. Nothing but unicorns and butterflies and rainbows with a healthy dose of Jesus sprinkled on top, am I right? The truth is, as we all know, it doesn't always quite work out that way. Visiting a new place with new people is very daunting. Visiting a new church with new Christians? That's debilitating. How perfect do I need to be? Is this a casual church? Do I need a suit? I don't own a suit. Where can I find a suit on a Sunday morning? I'm going to be judged for not wearing a suit, aren't I? Are there a lot of kids there? I have 2 kids and they don't do so well in big church. Am I going to have to do the whole turn around and greet the people around you thing? I'm not so great at small talk. These and a plethora of other worries flood John's mind when visiting a church. He may just stay home. It's online anyway. I'll just watch right here from my couch. Nobody will know the difference. But what if we did know the difference? What if there was a little bit of accountability there? What if, when John reaches out his hand and says, "I'm interested," or "learn more," to an ad he sees online or spots on Google, we could text him immediately? We begin building a small relationship with a little bit of accountability thrown in. John gets follow-up texts nurturing him throughout the rest of his week leading up to the service or event he will be attending. We all know it's much harder to blow off an actual person. What if, when John's family arrived at the church, they were met by the person that was on the other end of the text, and they were shown where the coffee is, where the restrooms are, and they were helped to find a seat in the worship center? Maybe they were introduced to a couple of people sitting around them so they didn't feel so awkward. Maybe they were introduced to other new families. What if, when maybe they couldn't make it because John Jr. got a cold at school, John was texted with a "sorry we missed you" text asking them to come back next weekend? Then he was alerted to any special event or lunch or gathering the church may be throwing together. What if we could follow up with John for 6 weeks using messages and touch points proven to turn first-time visitors into long-term members? What if we told you this is all possible and, for the most part, it's all automated? It wouldn't take any extra time from church staff or volunteers. Do you think this could help? We believe it does. Church memberships are stagnant all over the country, and church staff are spread too thin to do anything about it. Many times, there are too many people wearing too many hats that they don't even know where to start, much less have the time to do it themselves. Bringing in first-time visitors should be left to someone outside. Someone who can devote their entire brain to this and not 50 other things as well. Someone who has the passion to grow the church, but is not on full-time staff and doesn't require a full-time salary. You do a great job at nurturing and communicating with the folks that are already inside of your walls. Let us focus on those outside of those walls. Let us help you grab them by the hand and lead them inside your walls where they can experience everything your church family has to offer them in community, accountability, and family. Good News Growth Marketing would love to partner with you in growing your church and His kingdom.